What's up, how's it going, people? Hey, it's Gilly, and so I've been playing the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, early access release pre-order thing, and I've been enjoying it so far personally. Like, I like the callbacks to COD 4, I like all the callbacks, like the AC-130 mission, and this contains spoilers, by the way. I'll link that in the title, but like you got AC-130 missions, you got like a callback to All Gillied Up, which turns into like its own little like branching mission where you have like your own choices, and then fucking Captain Price even makes references to All Gillied Up where he's like, try to anticipate the paths. Yeah, so he does all that shit. But something has really just fucking destroyed my love for this campaign. Not completely, because I like what they were trying to do with it. I like the pacing of everything. Like, aside from the glitches I'll talk about in another video, but really just, dude, these armored enemies, the armored enemies that I've been encountering are fucking almost like they're genuinely game breaking. And I've been playing on hardened because that's how I like to experience every new COD game, because I've been playing COD ever since like fucking 2006, 2005, honestly. Like, the fucking armored enemies are abysmally awful to deal with, and they because you'll go in a room, like, let's say if you're like in like one of the shooting gallery sections, to where, like, let's say it's like, okay, there's 2 floors of guys, yada yada yada, and then you gotta fucking shoot all the guys that you can kill in like 2 shots, just like regular infantry. And then it'll go into like, all of a sudden these armored guys will pop up, and they are fucking so annoying to deal with, because they take they genuinely take it like half a magazine to fucking kill, just because you have to break their armor, which takes like about like 10 shots, like with an automatic, maybe a little bit less or a little bit more, I don't know. That's just that's an estimate, but like, they'll take a large amount of your magazine to break the armor, and then they'll like do a stun animation to where then they'll bend over after you break the armor. Like, let's say if you break the body armor, they then bend over, and then you have to spend you have to spend more time shooting them, which, because they're then bent over, then you might be shooting their head armor, which that'll take a lot, like, more time to break. It's for me in this campaign, this has been my biggest pet peeve with this campaign so far, is like, I love the story, I love the callbacks, I love the characters, I love how like the entire crew is on deck for this one. Like, you got Soap, you got Captain Price, you got like 2 Mexican border patrol dudes that then teamed up with them, and then you got Ghost, who is like, this is the best version of Ghost I've ever seen in any Modern Warfare game ever. And then, like, towards the end in the one mission, they're all called Team Ghost when they go to take down the mercenary guy, was Shadow Company leader. Like, they all put on ghost masks, and I think that's actually a callback to Call of Duty Ghost, honestly, but which it genuinely probably is. But it's just, dude, these armored enemies just break the pacing of the game. And then there was actually one time to where I got surrounded. I got genuinely like surrounded, like a checkpoint hit, and the checkpoint system is fucking terrible, especially in the mission alone. If you've ever played the mission alone, it is like it's pretty much like Escape from Tarkov survival-esque level, to where you play a Soap McTavish, and then you don't have any weapons, you don't have anything, and then you have to like collect supplies to then make equipment. And extremely interesting concept, and I love the way that they did it. There was a time late in that mission to where I didn't have any ammo, or I didn't have any equipment, or like I was pretty much drained of all resources, and there was no, like, I was playing on hardened. There was no way for me to get away, because I would be in like a side building. There's a point to where Ghost, you approach the church, to where he then snipes a bunch of guys, and then he goes like, okay, get to the church, Soap, go, get to the church, Soap. And then like he snipes a bunch of guys, and that's for you, there's like this long alleyway, and then you can go into the buildings on the side. But then I got a checkpoint on one of those side buildings, and then a bunch of fucking armored guys just spawned in there consistently. Like, there was like 4 of them that came up. it was like 3 to 4 of them, and they just kept coming into the building because I loaded checkpoint there, and then I would kill 1 to 2, and then I would run out of ammo and equipment, and then I couldn't do anything, and then I was essentially in like a hard lock state, like I couldn't do shit. I would try hiding from them, that didn't work because they instantly aimbot flick shot you. Like I've been shot through like floors by these fucking armored guys. I've been spammed through walls consistently to where it's just led in a 2-shot kill. They have run around corners. Like these armored enemies honestly should never been added to the game in my opinion, or should never have been added to the campaign. I mean, like I see how they could be interesting, but it's like they were not executed properly. Like they feel like shit to verse because they're a fucking bullet sponge, and then you see the break, and then when the armor breaks, like let's say if you're shooting at their body armor, I know you're supposed to shoot at their head armor, but it's like that's very hard to aim at, especially on a controller. Like I'll sit there and try to shoot their head, and the recoil is so high, and so then I'll just result to shooting them in the body, and then I'll break their body armor, but then they'll like lean over so their head armor is exposed, and I'll shoot their head armor instead, and then they'll just get up and then just start shooting at me, or it's crazy. And then they recover from flash grenades in like they'll be flashed for a good 2.5 to 3-ish seconds, but the second they come out of that stun or the flash grenade, they'll just immediately snap to you, shoot you twice, and then you're dead. Yeah, I don't know if it's just like the harder difficulties aren't balanced or what the fuck it is. Like I don't know what's going on with this, but just the armored enemies have just made this campaign is just such a frustrating fucking experience. And it's like, I know it's supposed to be like something new, they're Infinity Ward is experimenting, yada yada yada, but it's so unenjoyable, and it's like it's made me like just turn the game off and then just go to sleep at least 2 to 3 like 2 times now. Like it's just been like, okay, I'm just gonna quit this, take a break. Like I've taken like 3 breaks just because I've been stuck in multiple situations with armored pieces of shit, or I've just hit the start button and then turned the game down to recruit. Like the armored enemies are they're too fucking tanky. I think they just need to be toned down just a little bit. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Thank you for watching the video. But overall, I feel like the Modern Warfare 2 campaign is like a genuinely good experience, but just like some of the bugs need to be ironed out, and then these fucking armored pieces of shit need to be toned down. Thank you for watching. Yeah, man, rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you. Thank you for watching. Out.